Memphis hip-hop is a regional subgenre of rap music that originated 30 years ago in Memphis, Tennessee. It's characterized by its lo-fi aesthetic, double-time flows, and minimalist approach to melodies. A lot of this subgenre's production is sample-based, and the go-to samples are usually soul or funk records, but horror movie scores and classical music are often used as well. This style of music has influenced artists such as Space Ghost Perp, Lil Ugly Mane, and Denzel Curry. I recently got a suggestion to do a Lil Ugly Mane video, so I searched for his music and I listened through his entire Mr. Thug Isolation album. I thoroughly enjoyed the experience and it got me in the mood to delve back into the funk subgenre. I made a funk tutorial during my first year of making these tutorial videos. And while it's not great, it's definitely one of my better videos during that time period. Also, this is probably the last video I'll be making with my old laptop. I've been working with this thing since long before my first tutorial, and it's absolute trash. My CPU is constantly overloaded in FL Studio and it's an absolute nightmare to work with. I'm happy to finally be able to upgrade and I'm hopeful that it will improve my workflow moving forward. Anyway, since I'm focusing somewhat on a Lil Ugly Mane sound, I'll be going for a late 2000s, early 2010s Memphis vibe in this video. Let's get into the cook-up. The first thing I'm going to do is search for a soul, R&B, or funk playlist of 70s music. And I'll browse through it until I find a good sample. I finally found a sample and I loaded it into Edison to chop it up. Then I time stretched the sample to sync it to the project tempo, and then increased the project tempo slightly. Skillshare reached out to sponsor this video. Skillshare is an online learning platform for creators with more than 25,000 classes in areas such as music production, graphic design, video editing, and more. Their premium membership gives you unlimited access, so you can join the classes and communities that fit with your interests and personal or professional goals. Whether you're looking to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving throughout 2020. I've been checking out this songwriting course by Adam Sweeney. Even though I know how to write, I find it helpful to take in the creative processes and perspectives of other creators, because they may have some insights or helpful techniques that I've overlooked. Skillshare is also super affordable. An annual subscription costs less than $10 per month. Join the more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare. In the interest of transparency, Skillshare gave me a few free months of a Skillshare premium membership. And the first 1,000 people who sign up via the link in the description section will also receive a free 2-month premium membership as well. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now it's time to get back into the cook-up. Here's what the sample sounds like. I applied some effects. First, I applied Super VHS. I enabled the magic button to widen the sample, and I turned up the shape slider to degrade the quality. Next, I applied a bandpass filter with an EQ. And lastly, I added some plate reverb. Here's what the sample sounds like now. I opened up 2 separate presets in Arcade. First, I pulled up Subway Night from the Chopped library. And next, I pulled up Pack and Sax from the same library. Then I laid down this melody. I applied some effects. First, I added a bandpass EQ. Next, I applied some reverb. I added this EQ. And I applied this effect rack preset. And lastly, I added this phaser. Here's what the melody sounds like now. I laid down a snare. I added these bells. I made a kick pattern. I made this hat pattern. I laid down a crash. I added this beep sound. I made this 808 pattern. Here's what the drums sound like all together. Alright, now it's time to write some lyrics. The Memphis type sound I'm going for has lyrics that focus on 1. Graphic violence, 2. Reference to guns, 3. Reference to selling drugs or other illegal activities. I'll be uploading the beat we made today to my second YouTube channel as well as my BeatStars page if you want to use it. It's free for non-profit use as always. With all of that out of the way, let's see what we've come up with.
This life is dangerous, truly, for real, we ain't in no movie. I load up that chopper, pop him, and turn his brain to a smoothie. You fucking lame and you fruity, I fucked your dame in the booty. She put that tape on her OnlyFans page and paid me to do it. The tire was mad bummy, eye on the trap, dummy. Your mama can't pay the bills cause she buying that crack from me. She'll probably show remorse, but I'm biased to have money. I throw your ass in the fire before I go back hungry.